Black Flag has always been considered one of Ubisoft's greatest games, and for many fans, it is the pirate game above all other pirate games. So, when they announced Resynced, expectations were incredibly high, and Ubisoft promised a faithful recreation with modern visuals and some key gameplay improvements. And now that it's out, it seems like it's a very good game, but it's interesting because there is definitely a divide between some of the critics and fans. So our question today is, did Ubisoft remake Black Flag, or did they just remaster our nostalgia? This is Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers.
Mimiti, welcome to today's episode where I will continue to speaking like a pirate until it's over. Arr. This team, Ubisoft, is a bunch of scoundrels, I tell ya. Unless they sponsor the podcast, then I'll drop the accent and tell them their game is awesome. So I don't know the criticism. I don't know the negative side to it. And I'm usually pretty negative when it comes to these types of situations. But from what I can see, it looks pretty good. It looks I'm curious.
I agree. I think it looks like a very, very well made game. The visuals look pretty amazing, especially when you look at some of these recaps where it's like original Black Flag and the new Black Flag side by side together. It's pretty striking, the difference that you see.
Oh, I haven't seen any of that. All I saw is pure gameplay of the new game, and I'll give it away. My one criticism is it looks too easy. The assassinate feature is the one thing that I could see getting pretty boring. Because you can assassinate. It felt like you can assassinate everyone. Like by the end of the game, you probably push the button square, like I don't know, 1,000 times, and it just doesn't seem very imaginative or interesting. And all the animations seem the same. There was one animation that was really cool. The double assassination. Like I don't
think I saw that.
No, I don't know how to proc it because I did see a streamer trying and it wasn't procking. But there's times where if there's two people near each other, you'll see double and then he'll do the animation. But the one thing though, the gameplay when it comes to the ship combat, that's where this game shines. The ship combat looks phenomenal. It looks super fun. Fun enough that I'd want to play it. If I wasn't already in Pal World Fun mode. I'm one game at a time. Although I did come out of retirement, I played Thor in the new 2.0, whatever it's called, Marvel's 2, basically the sequel, Marvel Rivals, and it's a great time to be Thor, I'll tell you what. A convo for another day, but oh my goodness, I'm him.
Never dying.
Yeah, well, if my team can actually hit something, you won't die, but oh boy. Yeah. Oh, you know what? It'll probably play the audio, but I want to show you my record as Thor. I'm MVP 20 games in a row.
What? No way. You are playing the bot lobbies. What are you talking about? There's no way that's true. I've played with you before. There's no way that's true.
Oh, so much shade. All right, so the audio of the game might come through because now I must defend my honor. While we talk about the pirate game, you might hear a little bit of Marvel Rivals audio. I will shush it as soon as I can so that we can show this guy who's boss. All right.
Watch it all be practice versus AI.
No, they're real games. They're not ranked games. They're casual games. But people are, whenever, that's the beautiful thing. It used to happen in Destiny too. Whenever there's new content, people don't read. So they don't understand why I'm unkillable. And I'm unkillable because you don't read. Like, reading is power. Leaders are readers.
You have to kill Thor twice.
Yeah, you do. Especially if there's a healer around and I'm deep in the back line. Oh my goodness. I want to show. You know what? You show this. You continue the conversation, but we gotta watch one clip of my gameplay. It's so like.
Okay. This is becoming the Romans Rivals show.
Okay, it's 50 seconds. 50 seconds. It's worth it. Come on, right? Come on. They came for pirates, but they stayed for Thor. All right, but anyway, continue about how awesome this remake is.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see the critics view of it, because generally for remakes it's kind of hit or miss, but for most places we're giving it solid mid to upper 80s for most places. And the visuals are absolutely fantastic. Like Roman said, like where this game really shines is the naval combat, the ship to ship combat, on top of the fact that you can actually pick your sea shanties now. You can go through the list and like pick what you want your crew to be singing, which is really fun. It looks like the parkour and like environment traversal has been improved greatly. And for the most part, it's a very faithful recreation of the initial for the as far as story goes. And it's looks like what could have been kind of a cash grab. Like Ubisoft looks like they actually developed something really, really good. Um, but at the same point, there's some things that original fans are missing from the new game, because like Roman said, they adjusted a lot of the way the combat works and really dumbed it down a lot. And there's a lot of the mechanics that you had in the original that aren't there anymore. It's much more simple. You have a lot less options when it comes to the weaponry, and people are feeling like some of the systems that were in place that made this an Assassin's Creed game, it simplifies it too much and turns it into kind of somewhat of a baby game.
I could actually see that's the exact sentiment I saw in the non-ship combat. I don't know what other weapon variety they want to see. I didn't see end game ship content, but I want to give it praise though. It felt like the upgrades in the ship mattered with what you did do. And I think that's the part of the power fantasy that people want in a video game. There is different fantasies, different games deliver different video game experiences that you want to experience. And in this, for games like for an Assassin's Creed game, every game has this. It's a power creep fantasy. You want to feel your character go from humble beginnings to an absolute warlord by the end. And I could see that in the ship combat with the upgrades of the cannons and the way you would shoot and the options you have as you're rotating the ship. That it's not just starboard, like get the ship on the starboard side. Like there's only so many times you can do that. You can shoot from the back of the ship, the front of the ship, and then you have these crates you can drop in the water that are kind of like bombs. There's a lot of variety.
Yeah. I think to that point, I think while some of these criticisms are valid, I think the key thing for Black Flag is the ship combat. Like, if you want a pure combat Assassin's Creed game, there's a lot of options out there. What makes Black Flag so unique is the ship sailing on the seven seas, raiding, pillaging, all of that stuff. On top of the music, like there are still people that will listen to those shanties to this day. I know I have some songs in like some of my like songs playlists and stuff, and it really does a good job of like making it feel like a pirate game. Like it really feels very much like you are captaining a ship on the seven seas, which is kind of crazy to think that just what was it, 2 years ago, not even like a year and a half ago, they came out with their quadruple A trash game, and at the same time they have the resync of Black Flag, which is absolutely a fantastic game.
Yeah, I think that I like the boarding part. I like the part where you do enough damage to the ship and then you can get in close in combat. And then it's kind of because in that game you can fight up more than one ship at a time. You could fight like 4 or 5 ships. I'm not sure how many you could really fight and live, but it's kind of
Effectively,
But it is funny when you fight one and then after you defeat the ship, you can determine what kind of ending you get. And one of the ones I liked is you can heal your ship and then fight another person, but it's got a little bit of that Bruce Lee thing to it. I love Bruce Lee movies growing up, but if you really think about it, if you're fighting 10 martial artists, why do they all take a turn? Why don't they all punch you in the face at the same time? You can't block them all. Uh, but the ship combat, that's a one little cartoony part. But I love the combat in the Black Flag game. It's so good. What a great job, well done.
yeah. It
Yeah.
looks like the ship combat is very fluid, and it looks like a lot of fun. Like it legitimately, I've played one Assassin's Creed game, and I say played. I tried to play it and then realized how huge the game was, and I was like, I don't have time to play this game. But like this legitimately looks like it you would have a good time and it's an enjoyable gameplay loop. The main reason I dropped, I think it was Odyssey I was playing, was because I'm like, I'm doing the same exact thing over and over and over again, and I'm not even a tenth of the way through the story. Like this is getting so repetitive so quickly, and I'm not enjoying it. But there's enough, like you were saying earlier, whether it's boarding, whether it's shooting people down, like there's enough of variety to the combat and the stealth mechanics and all of that, that it makes the gameplay loop very enjoyable, it seems.
And before we continue, to defend my honors, how
gosh.
awesome my gameplay is, we're gonna figure out how to do this. I think if I do this, this is the first time for us to try this. What happens here? Okay, it works. You can see it, right? Okay, before, in case you don't know what's happening, I am Thor. It's a normal, casual lobby playing with Pastor Susie and his friends, so it's a full stack team. I'm Thor coming back from spawn, and let's just watch just a quick minute and just witness what happens.
You're running triple tank.
Oh yeah, I think we're running triple tank, triple heals. Wait, is it triple tank? Yeah, triple tank.
Oh no, I was looking at the other. I was looking at the other. Yeah, triple tank with Punisher.
Triple tank with Pun.
Well, Punisher puts out.
At least we're not doing triple heal meta. Here we go. I'm back in. Doctor Strange flies up. Bonk.
Now pay attention Thing did all the damage.
Pay attention to my team though. Pay attention to them falling apart. Thing's down. Your boy Thing is gone. Our healer died. Our spider's now dead. Now it's a 3v5. Took out Spider-Man to come back to life. I had 2 HP. Now it's just me alone on the point holding.
Okay.
Now, Blade. It's bad.
Is that your Jubilee? Oh, that's their Jubilee.
That's their Jubilee, who I take out. Let's go! That was a solo hold for a minute while my team came back and got their stuff together. So,
that is pretty impressive.
Come on. And that's only because the only reason why that worked is because of the perk that when I took out the Spider-Man.
Yeah, the new team up.
The new team up, I'm literally dead. In any other normal game before this update, right here, Spider-Man actually, we trade. At best, I could say we trade. But the real answer is I died. See? Sorry. My health is down to 19 right now. And then, so I'm dead. But because I killed Spider-Man, I'm back to life, baby. And that's the only reason the rest unfolded. Anyways, and then beyond that, just because somebody doubts me, they're like, there's no way that's real. I just wanted a little quick telling of the tape. That's a quick telling of the tape. Let's scroll down.
Yeah, notice a lot of these are losses.
Well, look at what it is. This is Nightmare. All these losses down here are Nightmare 80s. That's not real gameplay. And that was back in May. Okay. That's back in May. So the first real game I played, in the new update, I played 4 games on July 3rd. And that was just me just goofing around with some buds. And then this is July 10th was when I played on Susie's stream. And look at this. Look at all that. What's all that stuff on the side? MVP, SVP. This one, I wasn't even Thor. I was like a healer or something. I played a healer on that one just because I felt like changing it up because I was winning too much. And then and then this one, someone else actually got MVP. I don't know how that happened. It must have been a glitch. But anyways.
Yeah, you were running a triple tank team comp. That's interesting.
Yeah, triple tank. Triple tank, triple heals. Yeah. Oh, no. Triple tank, double heals. Yeah, triple tank has always been a funny, abusive meta. Anyway, look at all that. Look at that. MVP SV. Come on, Scruffy. Where are you at?
That's pretty good. That's not half bad.
Yeah, all right. Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Now, why can't you do that when you're actually on my team, though? That's the real question.
It might be a healer issue. I think I hit stop.
For sure a healer issue. For sure a healer issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. Back to the game. back to the Ubisoft.
Thor meta's back,
Yeah, I
baby.
think
Yeah, back to Ubisoft. Tell
we'll
me more.
see. Thor looks pretty dang strong. I will say, like, as when I have played against a good Thor, it has been completely oppressive. To you have to rewrite your brain to, okay, I kill Thor, now I have to kill him again.
Yes, it's not over till it's
It's
over.
just very frustrating. But
Mm.
yeah, I think Ubisoft went through and made some specific improvements that made the game better. It wasn't just like a, graphics update across the game and then brought back all the same content. They improved the stealth mechanics. They improved parkour. You can now recruit different officers and people to your ships, giving them specific roles. The naval combat gameplay was completely overhauled. The weather you experience when you're actually on the ocean is different, which is really, really cool. They have some side content that you can explore in addition to the original story, and just a lot of detail that they added into the game to make it much more complete. And I think they did a really good job for the most part finding what actually matters to the players and building something that they can legitimately enjoy.
Yeah, what's the price point of this game? That's my concern. What did they sell this remake for?
That is a good question. I can pull
I'm
that
gonna
up.
yeah. While you're pulling it up, I think it was like $60, and I think that that's the part that when you pay $60 for something, it is a good game for what it is. But the fact that it's a rehash of another game, I feel like you got to bring more to the table, and I think that's where I think really. I feel like everyone's criticism is really stemming from that. They want more for their buck. Happy what they got, but they feel like robbed, right? Like earlier you said some of the mechanics are missing. And I'm not sure that's
Hmm.
how a remake should happen. Or I think a remake or a remaster in this case, not a remake, a remaster. If you're remastering something, why are you subtracting from it unless it's a bad experience? But you should there shouldn't be a removal, there should be a replacing of. We took that out to give it this. Not, oh, your
Hmm.
weapon variety's gone. We just didn't feel like what you just feel like programming it. Is it because you thought nobody liked it? The other thing that the one criticism is the Assassin's Creed that's in Greece. I forget the name of that one, but that
Odyssey.
Odyssey, the combat in Odyssey, you can tell is unlike, and obviously you have it's more hand to hand combat in Odyssey versus a ship battle, but the
Yeah.
combat in Odyssey is just phenomenal. You see and that's why I think what killed the Japanese version, the whatever that one was called, is because it was
I
again
can't remember.
yeah, I think that game actually was a remaster. They just changed it from Greece to Japan, but it was the same game. And that's what killed it for me because the
Hmm.
mechanics, the combat, it felt I know, oh yeah, it's Japanese people now, minus the black guy that, that totally makes sense. But it didn't really feel like a different enough experience. It felt like more of the same, which has always been my criticism of Assassin's Creed. But then Black Flag, dude, the ship combat is top notch. Just the way you sail around the ocean, the bracing for impact,
Yeah.
the maneuverability around the islands. I I think they did a lot of things right. That Bones, Skull and Bones, 10 years,
Yeah.
quadruple A budget. Like, how do you mess that up? And that's because you made the
What's
game
crazy?
boring.
Yeah.
The
It's
ship combat's
crazy.
boring by comparison. If you
Yeah.
compare the ship combat, it's way more frantic and hectic, and you're just more alert. In Skull and Bones, I felt like it was a snooze fest. There was like a lot of waiting,
Hmm.
and the difference for a good experience can come down to seconds. Like if you
Yeah.
do an motion 100 times and there's always a 3 second wait, that's 300 seconds of waiting. Like it compounds the boringness of combat compounds and builds upon itself. Whereas Black Flag, in any sense, it's so fluid and fast. You're going from one ship to another ship battle. You should probably pull back and heal, but you don't have to. And I felt in Skull and
Hmm.
Crossbones, you got your butt kicked so hard. It was a tactical, slow retreat that it was like minutes before you could re-engage. Whereas Black
Hmm.
Flag, it seems way faster. And at least the gameplay I saw, you can, as long as you're winning. If you're losing your ship battles, you're gonna get that classic Assassin's Creed death screen, that rewind or whatever they call it. I forget what it's called when you die in Assassin's Creed.
I think Resync, like the name of
Resync.
the yeah.
Why do they call it Resync?
Because instead of remaster, it was Black Flag Resynced.
Oh no, but the Resync thing is always in Ubisoft games. They call all of your
Yeah, it is. It's because like you're in the assassin like thing that teleports you back into the body, and you desynchronize and you have to resync or something like that.
Yes.
I never really got that part. Like there is a whole story for all of these games, but it's just an excuse to go run around as an assassin in these different places. Like who really cares?
Well, that's where player suspension of belief works in video games. Folks, that's probably another gaming concept. People understand which suspension of belief we can go and which ones we can't. We can handle the death and recycle because only in real life do you only get one shot at most things in life. You only get one life on this earth besides eternity. But in a video game, it's okay if you try again. Like the whole point is to fail and figure it out. It's puzzle solving. Which goes back to your idea in another episode that at the end of the day, that's kind of why I'm not really a fan of patenting game ideas or anything, because at the end of the day, all we're doing is playing checkers and chess. Like if you really boil down whatever game you're playing, what are you playing? You're probably playing solitaire, checkers, or chess. It's just dolled up and pretty to seem like you're a pirate on a ship. But all you're trying to do is outmaneuver. What do you do in chess? You outmaneuver people. What do you do in checkers? You outmaneuver them. At some point, chess and checkers should just patent the entire video game industry, and we should just pay them money forever. And then whoever chess and checkers steals from, they probably steal from solitaire or some other wacky game.
Yeah.
Or the Monopoly guy. Monopoly can come after all of us. He has all the money.
Yeah. To that point, I will say the one of the things that I was disappointed that they came through was the fact that Ubisoft had to do their Ubisoft things and put in the purchases in menus and things like that, the cosmetic shops and weekly challenges, live service elements. Like, okay, you're charging a $60 for a remake, and on top of that, you're pushing your cosmetic shop. Like, come on, man. Like, you made something good. If people really want it, sure, it's available. But the fact that it's always on like the front page of when you launch the games, that always just puts a bad taste in my mouth, man.
Yeah, and it clearly that's all because of the investors. That is definitely
It has to be.
That's definitely due to the accountants, the stockholder, the shareholders. They don't respect us as gamers. As a fellow financial guy, I am appalled by how stupid the New York Stock Exchange, just the whole entire investment market, CEO, C-suite, these guys really think little of us. They really do not think we're smart at all, and that they can get away with these cash grab cosmetic shops, and all this monetization, micro incentivization. And to be honest, we should blame the mobile gamers. The fact that Candy Crush makes $1 billion a year being Candy Crush. It's honestly, I get why they think we're morons. Thankfully, individually we're not, but collectively as a whole, man, gamers do some dumb stuff. So of course that shop is in there, and I agree with you 100%, Scruffy, that the Ubisoft shop should not exist in that regard, in that way, in such a blatant cash grab. But there's too many of us collectively that continue to buy, right? That want to have a chicken suit, probably want to look like Keanu Reeves in the high seas, and probably pay the $30 for that skin. Like, you just paid an entire copy of a video game. You could have got Power World for that Keanu Reeves pirate skin, or that Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean skin, which I bet you they have. I don't even need to check the store. I guarantee they have some Johnny Depp in there. You could have bought Power World.
It's unfortunate, and I think we've talked about this a little bit, but it goes to the bigger conversation of publicly owned, publicly traded gaming studios, because there's a certain degree of like, legally they have to do what's in the best interest of the shareholder, what's going to generate the most profit for the people who actually own the company. even if that makes the game worse. They legally have to do that, which is just, man, for as a gamer, it's just really unfortunate to see that there's so many of these big studios that have really good IP, really good games under their ownership, that have to make these moves into things that really don't fit as a gamer. Like, it doesn't fit in the game that you want to play, which I think is one of the biggest reasons we're seeing small, like, quote unquote indie studios, small AAA, single A studios that are getting people coming from these places that they just want to make the game they want to make, instead of having to be told, well, yes, you can make this great story game, but there has to be a way for us to put some sort of season pass in there, because we have to have ongoing monetization for this game that we're charging people $80 for. Like, that just doesn't, as a gamer, that feels really terrible when you pay for a game and then the first thing you do when you boot it up is they're trying to sell you a season pass, trying to sell you a loot crate or something like that. It just feels bad. But I think there is hope, because there's actual devs out there. There's actually gaming people who are the people that are making these games that are getting sick and tired of it and are moving to these smaller studios to actually build, or even starting some of these studios. Like, one of the games I'm really excited about coming out is Star Wars Zero Company. Surprise, it's a Star Wars game. But it's a bunch of people who were on the team that made XCOM and XCOM 2. And they were getting a little bit tired of like what they're being pushed. Now, yes, Bit Reactor is kind of under the umbrella of EA, but they've been given a lot of their own rights, and they actually are charging less than almost every other, AAA big title game out there. And it looks like it's going to be a really good game. So I think there is some hope there, but
Well,
yeah.
just to blow proof in the pudding here. Let's see if I can make this work. This is the one called Ubisoft. Where is it? Why can't I find it? How come I
Oh,
can't
are you
see
going to
it?
look up their share price?
It's pretty bad. Like, do you look it up on?
Yeah.
Look it up on. Confirm I pulled the right one. I guess I should say. Finance. Where is it? Why? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. So, I don't know if we should be listening to the shareholders or the financial guys anymore, because this stock has been nosediving since 21 or even longer. If I go here, oh man, like you could see that they were going crazy in 18. Since
Yeah.
2018, this stock has been nosediving. And
Man.
not only is it because of monetization, they're trying to squeeze the money out of the gamers and they haven't learned their lesson. It's almost been 10 years. We're closing in on 10 years of this stock malperforming, and all they can keep doing is dishonoring their history, right? Because
Yeah.
they were doing something right over here. Yeah, 2008 would have been when I was still gaming, and then I left to go, become do business in the video gaming, the business world. And then in 2018, huge. That's probably when they squeezed. That's probably the moment that they squeezed the most amount of money out of people that they've ever squeezed, and they haven't stopped squeezing since. And they should have
Yeah.
probably got a clue. Stop squeezing. We're tired of it. We're on to you. You fooled us once, but you've stopped fooling us the last 10 years. But here you are, still trying to fool us. That stock price is in
Yeah.
terrible shape. Yikes.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. But I think to a certain degree, you can kind of see this in most publicly held video game companies and developers. Like Xbox, we did an episode about it somewhat recently, and they were talking about how they had like 13 levels of management in some places. Like, if you are working on a game and you have to report to 13 different people, imagine how draining that must be. Like, no one would want to make a game in that scenario. And even if you had a good idea, it's going to be drowned out by bureaucracy, which is why I think, and Roman's I have kind of been beating this drum for a while, like the era of like AAA studios, it's starting to go. I mean, maybe there's some hope with what Xbox is doing, hopefully, but where real amazing games is going to be is it's coming from smaller studios, small developers that have a really good idea, know what type of game they want to play and make that game that they want to play.
Well, let's check out TTWO, Take Two Interactive. They made some great games. I'm just kind of curious to see how that. Whoops. Maybe we don't check this one right now. Wow.
Oh no.
Actually, it's actually not as bad as I actually thought. Let's take a look.
Hmm.
The stock has. This is a 1 year look back, and you could see. I'm not sure. I think they released some game that recently nosedive. These guys have made some fantastic games, though. They have a long history of great games, as is Ubisoft. But let's see. I wonder what they've done. What do you remember? What game they recently released? I can't remember. Take Two
I don't
Interactive.
know. Take Two.
Yeah. They are the folks who made
Let me
the
look.
great co-player games. Take Two Interactives.
Oh wait, Take Two is not the people that made like.
Oh, they make the WWE games. Interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's a different game. I'm thinking like It Takes Two. That's a different game.
Oh, I think
That's
I'm confused.
That's a different studio.
Oh,
That's a smaller studio.
Oh, that is a smaller studio. Okay. Oh, Take Two. Oh, Take Two Interact. These guys are the GTA guys. So this is all GTA
Rockstar.
hype that's happening.
Owned
right
by
here.
Rockstar.
Yeah. So this is all. Look at that. Look at that. Interesting. I wonder what happened there. Right. Like what happened in that February timeframe? Was that the hack? Remember we did that episode of that when they got
may
hacked?
have been the hack. Yeah, that may have been the hack.
But man, anticipation for GTA 6 is through the roof. So we'll have to see if people really love that game. I think it's going to make great numbers, but is it a great game? Are totally unrelated topics. I think it's going to be a terrible game, a terrible storyline, great strong bones. That's my guess. Terrible storyline, but great game, great gameplay, but not a good game if it wasn't a famous brand that's been over a decade. They haven't released a new GTA in a decade. But anyways, back
wild.
Back to Ubisoft. And you know the fun thing, one more comment about Take Two is the GTA 5 is still as hot as ever. Like a lot of folks like, why did you take 10 years? Well, GTA 5 is doing great. They're still making tons of money on GTA 5.
Yeah.
10
Online
years later,
is still popping.
10 years later to still be making making tons of money, billions of dollars. Well, I would be in no rush to do it number 6 because you could lose it all.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun to see what happens this time around with that. Anyways, before we run out of time, stocks. Since we're talking stocks, does Scruffy have a? Should I buy Nintendo stock? Let's see.
Don't buy Nintendo. No.
I've never looked at Nintendo stock considering gaming. Wow. Ooh, my goodness, it's in a terrible place. Wow. That's a shocker.
I mean, is it really?
It's in a pretty mid place. It's like in the middle of the road. Thanks to Scruffy, $1,000 shall be spared from day trading. So let's all applaud.
Let me just look. Yeah. Let's see. Fortinet. Have I told you to buy Fortinet yet? FTNT.
FTNT. What? Who is this? Who's Fortnite? Who's this?
That's why I thought you'd like it. It's a tech company.
Okay.
I like
sure.
Them.
Yeah, sure. I'll buy that. It's at highest price it's ever been. Okay, 100. Wait, FTNT. This one.
I mean, if you're dollar cost averaging, you're going to be buying at the height at some points.
Yeah, but it seems to be every week. Okay, so 1,000 divided by 166 is 6 exact shares, give or take. 6 shares, preview order, market price, preview it. Before investing,
you have 40 minutes.
Okay. Oopsies. Okay, thanks, folks. Thanks for listening to today's episode. $1,000 into I just bought $1,000 worth of Fortnite stock, and we'll see how that plays out. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Be a good pirate. Don't pay the extra money. Just pay the base price. If they really want to sell you for $1,000, it should have been sold for $1,000. Don't give them $1,000. Okay. We'll see you in the high seas on the next episode of
Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers.
All right. Bye-bye.